Namaste and welcome. It is Rishi here from meditatewithrishi.com, and in today's video we are going to be speaking about anger, specifically understanding anger and how to eliminate anger from the root level. So this is where yogic science differs from the the modern science, the modern medical system, is that it aims to solve the problem at the root completely. So this video is not about, when you're angry, what should you do? I will do other videos on that, but this video is especially for you if either anger has been a problem for yourself or you have someone in your life where anger is a problem and you want to understand how can this person be helped, essentially, right? So this video is about understanding the root cause and how to remove anger from the root, Now, before we get into that, I've got a gift for you. So for my coaching clients, I created a really cool cheat sheet called the 11 Yogic Rules for Daily Peace, So these are very simple rules that you can apply to instantly increase the amount of peace that you're feeling every single day. So you can get that at meditatewithrishi.com/cheat sheet. And the second announcement is that bookings are currently open for one-to-one coaching with me on the Part 2 Stillness program. So you can do that as well at meditatewithrishi.com. All right, so let's get into it. Now, we're going to essentially in this video just focus on understanding anger and how to eliminate it at the root cause. I'm going to give you that as well, so make sure you stick around till the end, So the first thing is that, what do I mean by eliminating it at the root cause, So just let's try to understand this first of all. Anger is an emotion that we feel, And all of us have a kind of baseline state of emotions that we feel every day, right? So, ranging from happy to sad to angry to fearful to joyful, right? We all have an individual baseline, essentially, and this is, you can say, our frequency, our level of vibration. So have a look at this chart. This chart is, I love this chart. This is by David Hawkins from one of his books. I think it's Power versus Force, and it shows you from bottom to top the different frequencies that a human being can be operating in. So at the bottom, you have emotions like guilt, shame, fear, and then as you come up towards the top, you have the more open emotions like joy, love, peace, and of course, at the very top is enlightenment, the ultimate goal, So when I say that we must solve the problem at the root, what I'm saying is that we don't need to deal with anger as an individual thing, that, today I got angry, what did I do wrong? Because whatever we try to do is still operating in that same frequency. Your mental state, your vibration cannot be at that state, because whatever you think of, it's not going to solve the problem. The way to solve the problem, very simply, is to raise your frequency. Because if you can get your base level frequency to the higher vibrations like love, like joy, like peace, then anger is automatically not going to be an issue for you. Anger is automatically not going to be an issue for you, So when I say cut the problem at the root, I mean simple. Raise your vibration and anger will no longer be a problem, Now, of course, that is easier said than done. So let's look at, why do we feel angry? Why do people feel angry? Why do we feel angry, Now, there's many different reasons, but often you'll see, when you look deeply, when you observe the person or you observe yourself, anger, it's an emotion that is triggered, right, by something happening. But the reason that you get triggered and anger comes out is because within you is stored some negative energy. Within you, there is negative energy that is stored. And this could be from many things. This could be from, let's say, past trauma. Let's say you faced a lot of trauma as a child growing up. This was me. Let's say you have somebody has really, really done you wrong. They have disappointed you, they have kind of abandoned you, or really let you down in life, right? This can create a lot of anger. Or the source may be from you itself. You may be unhappy with something that you have done in the past. You may be unhappy, and you may not even know it. You may be unhappy with just how you've conducted yourself in a certain area of life. So, you'll notice in your social circle, there may be people that, there's one area of their life that they have neglected. Maybe their relationships, or maybe their health, their weight. And this carries on for a long time. And that person actually can become very angry quickly, because deep inside them, there is this sense of, I'm not living as the best version of myself. And this feeling of I'm not living as the best version of myself, it creates a kind of unworthiness. And this can be a cause of anger, a big cause of anger, actually. Okay. So do you see, anger is not the problem. Anger is not the problem. Anger is just a kind of byproduct that comes from deeper problems, right? So what we want to do is we want to solve the deeper problems, okay? So let's get to it. How do we do this? How do we remove all this negative energy that is causing anger? How do we raise our frequency and potentially not feel anger? How do we do this, right? So there's two things that we must do, okay? Now, obviously, in this video, I can't teach you everything, right? This is what we cover in the Part 2 Stillness program. But I do want to give you a good understanding, and then I'll do more videos on this as well, okay? So the first thing we need to do is, before doing anything else, okay? We must make peace with whatever negative energy is there within us, okay? So let's say that you are unhappy with somebody who has wronged you. We must actually try to forgive them from ourselves, try to forgive them. Let's say it is ourselves that we are unhappy about. We need to forgive ourselves. We need to basically make peace with whatever has happened in the past. We need to make peace with this. In fact, it doesn't really matter what has happened and how bad it is. What is important is that we are able to make peace with it. That we are able to make peace with it. And do not let anyone tell you that there is any other way. The only person that can do this is you. You are the only person that can make peace with it. And the way to do that is to literally sit. It is a practice. It is a practice where you sit, you allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. You allow yourself to actually identify, what is causing me to feel like this? Okay? And it may not happen in a day, but this is meditation, right? It is the act of sitting and self-reflecting and really understanding. And once you're able to do this, you will be able to identify, what it is if you don't know already. And what you can do from there is you can now deal with that. And it's actually not difficult if you just do the practice. Because when you sit, the simple act of sitting and becoming totally still, this simple act, it generates a lot of power. Because your energy is not being used in anything else. Your energy is not being used in anything else. Your body is completely still. The energies within have become completely still. And you are now generating energy. Energy is being generated like, converging the sun's rays on a magnifying glass. And you can now channel this powerful energy to something that you want to do. If it is forgiveness, it can be channeled to forgive somebody else. It can be channeled to forgive yourself. It can be channeled to create love, to create feelings of love. And remember the scale. Love is a high vibration. The more you do this, the more your frequency will increase. Your vibration will increase, essentially. Okay? So we must sit with it. And we must generate the energy, and we must channel that energy to a good cause, like creating love within us, creating forgiveness within us, opening our heart, healing from whatever it is that is stored within. This is really, really important. Okay, so that's number one. I'm gonna do videos on this, but remember, this is what I cover in my program. So if this is, you know, a problem for you right now, I would really, really love to help. Okay, so number one is make peace with whatever it is, and number two is, once you have done that, you know, this was big for me, making peace with people from my past. Just mentally beginning to forgive them, mentally beginning to love them. Oh my God, this clears away so much baggage. It clears away so much baggage. And what you can do now is, number two, is you can decide that from now, I am going to live in high vibration. I am going to raise my frequency. I am going to design my life in a way that only I'm operating in high vibe. This is everything from meditating, eating clean, exercising, finding out what your purpose is and living that purpose, working on your purpose. Just working toward it is enough if you're not close to it right now. Just doing things that are high vibe and essentially living in this, you know, clearing your vessel of just all negative energy and you know, past kind of guilt, trauma, whatever it may be. Okay, so it's not a one-day thing. It's not something that's going to happen instantly, but it is your job. Your only job in this life is to get to high vibration and live out your purpose. Just allow it to flow through you. This is your job. And you know, the amount of happiness that you will feel within when you live like this, when this lightness comes, that's what you're looking for. That is really what you're looking for. Okay, so I really hope that this makes sense. I really hope that it helps. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to do a video on how to do a specific practice called the loving kindness meditation. Okay, even if you already do loving kindness, I encourage you to watch this video. I'm going to share with you a different, more powerful technique that will really, really allow you to break those barriers and create feelings of real love that you can channel either toward yourself or others or whatever it may be. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you very much for listening. Namaste.